Welcome to the Rooted Warriors, the podcast where the bonds of sisterhood are not just celebrated, but explored through laughter, tears, and everything in between. Join me and my two dearest friends as we dive deep into the roots of our own friendships, sharing stories and challenges. Whether you're looking for inspiration, advice, or just a good story, we're here to bring a piece of our sisterhood right into your life.
Hello there, my sweet darlings. Welcome to another heart-centered episode of the Rooted Warriors podcast. Today, we're tracing the delicate threads of how our approach to wellness evolves, unfolding from the hurried surface solutions of youth to the deeply rooted practices that sustain us through the shifting seasons of life. In the rush of these early days, we might have grasped at quick comforts and fleeting answers. Our guest today, whose journey embodies this evolution, will share stories and insights that inspire us to deepen our own practice and rediscover the beauty of true self-care.
Welcome, Rooted Warriors.
Hey. Hi, my sister.
Today we are very thrilled to welcome our guest, Mrs. Debra.
Hello, ladies.
Hi, Debra.
Thank you so much.
She has been a very close friend of Monica and I's for about 20 years now. And then a new friend to Miss Andy Cat.
Yes, ma'am. I can't wait.
Meow.
Debra's journey is filled with incredible stories of resilience, strength, and loyalty. So let's get ready for an inspiring conversation. Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you, ladies. This is definitely not going to be boring.
We're counting on it.
We believe it.
It hasn't been boring since the moment you stepped in.
Well, I mean, look at you girls. I mean, what can I do, right? I mean, we've got three girls. We have a lot of things to talk about.
We can't wait. So, Debra, when I asked you to come up with a topic, you said that you wanted to talk about health and focusing back on your health. So why don't you tell me why you picked that subject?
Well, I'm 52 now, and things change as you get older.
Mm-hmm.
Your body doesn't work like it used to work before.
Mm-hmm. Tell us.
I'm telling you,
girl.
Wintertime comes, and then all of a sudden, your knee hurts, your shoulder hurts, your fingers hurt. I mean, just everything hurts.
Yeah.
You're starting to look towards retirement, and you just want to get things done that you've let go in the past. Because you evolve, right? We all evolve from the 22-year-old Debra to the 52-year-old Debra. So maybe the 22-year-old Debra, I wanted to be thin. I wanted to keep my weight off. I wanted to be as pretty as I could be because, society treats women differently than men.
We say it all the time. Right.
And women are treated differently if you look one way versus you look another. So when you're younger, you want to be as pretty as you can be. But when you get older, sure. Do you want to be thin? Of course you do. But the most important thing now is just to be healthy.
Amen.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
We were just talking about this afternoon.
Yes.
I was saying
100%.
I want to lose weight, not to be pretty again or anything like that. I just want to be healthy. I want to be healthy for my grandkids, for my husband, my children.
Yep.
You get to a point where it's almost like it's not about looking young anymore as much as it's about looking good for your age and being healthy. It's like everything else just follows the look, the attitude, the happiness.
Absolutely. And I think when you are healthy and you're making choices, you only have control of yourself. Mm-hmm. So you have to make good choices. You have to make good decisions. And just like you said, you feel better about yourself. And when you feel better about yourself, you're happy, you're positive, and everyone can see that.
Mm-hmm. Your light is different.
Your light is different. Yeah. You have to be happy with yourself or you're never going to be happy for anyone else.
So true. So true. So what kind of things have you done in this last year to help you focus on your health?
So I play a little game with myself. It's kind of a funny story. So,
Tell us.
So always had a weight problem, right? Always been a little heavy, have to watch my weight. And probably about 4 years ago, I went to my doctor and she's a little bit younger, in really good shape. Makes every time I see her, I would sweat, right? Because I'm waiting for her to have that conversation with me, right? So about, like I said, going to retire in about 10 years, seeing the doctor. And I said, I'm having these problems. She's like, what would help you if you probably lost a little bit of weight?
Dreaded words.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, here it comes. I'm like, okay. I said, well, I can lose weight, but you've never ever told me to lose weight. I've been seeing her for a number of years. Conversation never came up. I said, if you would tell me to do it, I'll do it. She's like, well, then you need to lose 10% of your weight before you come see me next year. I'm like, done.
No problem.
No problem. So I dropped 50 pounds. And I
you did it just like that.
Just like that. I just so in my mind, I played a game that whole year and I used her as my scapegoat and said, my doctor's mean. She said I was heavy. She said I needed to lose weight, but that worked for me. So that game worked for me.
So what'd you do to help you lose weight?
So I think people get stuck on calorie counting and portion size and exercise, and that is all important. But what I ended up doing, because I'm not gonna use an app. I mean, let's be real. We're not gonna be. I mean, we are on our phone all day, but I'm not gonna record every little thing I eat. I'm not gonna measure it. So all I did, cut out my sugar because I love sugar, but sugar is a demon.
It really is.
It is.
It is a bad demon.
And I do work for a beverage company. I'm not going to name it, but I did cut out all sugar drinks and just limited the amount of carbs, ate more protein, fish, meats, vegetables, and I walk every other day.
It's awesome.
And it came off.
It's the right way to do it.
Simple little tweaks
Easy.
that
It's
you
the right way to do it.
And I told myself I'm not on a diet. I'm on a lifestyle change.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, this isn't temporary when things used to be temporary with us when we were younger. This is the fad or the trend or the little diet we heard of this time. This is more of an intentional choice at this point.
Absolutely.
Right?
When
Absolutely.
I used to diet, I gained 10 pounds.
So true.
We just
Stress,
because
cortisol's a legit
it's
thing.
not even stress. It's like I'm stressed. Well, it's like
it's
you're
pressure.
on a diet and all of a sudden like you're hungry. I was never hungry before because I was just eating all the time. But now that I'm not eating, I'm hungry. Like you get tied up in this thing that's a diet and then you become a mess. And I gained 10 pounds every time I tried to diet. And so my daughter has gained a little bit of weight in her pregnancy and she's just distraught over it. And I'm like, you don't have to diet. Cause she's like, well, I'm not eating dinner tonight. I'm like,
That's a
it's
mistake.
not going to
It's a
work.
mistake.
Yeah. It's not going to work. That it's not long-term, right? So long-term is learning to have self control, right?
Like, how about just this much dinner?
Yeah. Or
You
how
know,
about
whatever.
say no to yourself? How about just say no?
Self-deprivation's huge, right?
Yeah. You don't starve yourself. So instead of eating 4 tacos, maybe eat 1, right? Or maybe instead of eating this and that, you just make a healthier choice.
Absolutely.
Don't ever label it as like, oh my God, I'm dieting. Cause I know where that goes,
Yeah.
but
And it's easy to fall off the wagon.
oh yeah. And then it's just a constant beating yourself up. And I know at my heaviest, like I say all the time on here, it's every thought. For me, it was every thought, my whole world. And it's because people view us different, right? So the way people viewed me then versus how they view me now, I'm insulted most of the time because
How? I'm genuinely curious.
right, because when they're like shocked to see me, and I'll tell you a story that I hope he doesn't listen. Is I was at work last weekend and my ex-father-in-law walked in.
Oh, shoot.
And so I recognized him right away. And I haven't seen him in a couple of years. And so I walked around and I was like, Tomas, hello. And I gave him a hug. And then he just blankly stared at me. And he was like, remind me again.
Who are you?
Daughter.
And I was like, the mother to your granddaughter. And his eyes just went, poof. I know. No, I'm just joking with you. And I'm like,
At least admit it.
No,
you're not. And it was like 10 minutes of how great I looked. And I get it. Great. Thank you. But did I look so bad before?
No.
Yeah.
Was it so bad? Was
How
it
about-
so
That's how that
bad?
feels.
How about celebrate with you in a way where it's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, you must have found
And they
something
don't mean
really
anything
great.
by it. Like
No,
we're
they
not
don't.
trying. We're
They
not trying to beat
don't.
anybody
Right.
up about that.
Not
they don't
at
mean
all.
that.
But in my head, because I'm my worst enemy, I'm sitting there thinking, wow, did I look that bad?
Or maybe, Gina, you've grown that much. Like it was
Maybe.
that noticeable that maybe it wasn't just your weight.
Maybe I was just glowing.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it was
You're
your
glowing
light.
now.
That's
You are glowing.
You have a much brighter light now
Yeah.
than you did. And so maybe it just was shocking all the way around to him.
It's so tough for women.
It is. No,
It is.
it really
Because
is.
men get heavy and no one gives a shit.
No one cares.
My husband goes up. My husband fluctuates about 30 to 40 pounds, depending. And my entire relationship with my husband, pretty much, he was pretty large. And I didn't even, I look back at pictures, I'm like, oh my God, I don't remember him being this heavy.
We don't see them
And
like
then
that.
I was skinny our whole relationship. And now I'm heavy and he's not as heavy. And I'm judged by that. And it's terrible. I'm like, what about, I was a freaking hottie for 23 years.
You still are hottie.
But
I
you
know,
know,
you
but you
keep
know what I
saying
mean?
this, and I'm like,
but you know what I
you're
mean?
smoking.
So it's like, it's frustrating for us as women. And it just changes as we age. Also I change.
And it's harder. It's harder as you age.
And I tend to care less about certain things. Like I don't need to be a size 2. It's not that important that I fit in certain jeans from American Eagle or whatever. It's more important that I'm healthy and that I get to enjoy a meal with my friend and things like that.
If you go to fall, you can actually catch yourself and you don't end up with a broken hip. No joke. That's how things happen.
It does. My
from here on
mother-in-law
out.
was a very tiny woman. She broke 2 hips and her shoulder and her wrist.
Right. So working on balance and all that. And if you even take it a step further, we don't even have to look at just weight loss, but any kind of positive change that you make in your life, the other people that didn't make that change with you or didn't experience that growth with you may be almost offended. Like you may have stirred their demons a little bit. It just somehow makes them think differently. I don't even know that they mean it bad, but I know that when I quit drinking as much, and as I was sitting here drinking a twisted tea, hey,
She's the only one getting sauce today.
So when I stopped drinking the way that I had like that, people judged me harshly. I lost everyone. I know I was
Misery
no longer
loves company.
Nobody thought I was fun anymore. No one. It's like they couldn't have a good time with me unless I was drinking. You know what I mean? Like what? So we can only have fun if we're at a bar. We can't do anything else productive and have a good time. That just seems sad to me. You know what I mean? So unless I'm destroying myself or you're destroying yourself with your weight or your lack of light at the moment, they're not happy, and it's so strange. I think it makes people look at themselves. Like, wait, it made us look at ourselves maybe when other people did things. Am I
think so.
talking too much?
No.
I feel like I'm talking too much.
You're great.
Yeah. No, because the health focus for me, I finally accepted, because I think we know certain things about ourselves, right? And I finally accepted that I'm not going to be that Vogue model, and that's okay, because I bought into, as a woman, what I should look like. I bought into that because that's all we see our whole lives, right? So you're always struggling, like Gina said, you're always struggling with your weight, and then when you make a mistake, it's not really not a mistake, but maybe if you ate something or if you drank something, then you promised yourself you wasn't going to do it. You're kind of shamed. You're ashamed of yourself, right? Yeah. You feel a little weak. But once I figured out, you know what, Debra? You've always been on a journey. You just didn't realize what journey you were on. You're on a journey. It's okay. And you want to be healthy, the weight will come off.
And if you're okay with your failure, then it's like you could be okay with anything about yourself.
Absolutely.
And you just get back up, right?
And who cares what your father-in-law said to you?
No, it just reminded me of like, I was telling Monica today, like when I talk about working at the pizza parlor, I don't particularly like being there.
Why?
It's a lot of memories.
Oh.
It's a lot of
I can
really
understand that.
hard
I can understand that,
memories
yeah.
for me. And then when I am there, it's like everybody wants to come up to me and there's a 2 cents they want to put in about something or how they heard I did what. And like I'm the town gossip ish, So then I'm like, I just don't want to be here. I'm going to hide in my coffee shop.
No, you want to be out, proud and loud.
So, Debra, you had a surgery this year. Is that right?
I did.
So do you want to talk about that or no?
Yeah. So earlier in March, I've had knee issues probably, again, I work for a beverage company. So I was obviously delivering, used to be on the truck. I've had knee pain for many, many, many years. Every time I went to the doctor, same thing, right? I had a weight problem. It's probably because you're a little overweight. You need to lose some weight. You need to lose some weight. So I finally got tired of it and I stopped going to the doctor. So
Fix that problem.
no problem.
Never heard it again.
Never.
Tell her favorite doctor said it.
Right. So then, a few years ago, I made this conscious decision. I want to focus on my health. My knee is bothering me. I can't sleep. It's aching, so I ended up, hey, I need a referral. Went to the doctor. Guess what? Yeah, is my knee arthritic? For sure. Guess what? Already stage 4.
Oh my goodness.
Both my menisci were torn.
No way.
So what was happening? It was
Who did your surgery?
Sierra Orthopedic in Fresno. They were great.
Okay.
Yeah, they were great.
Interesting,
Wow.
but you had to suffer with that pain for so long, thinking it had to do with your weight.
Just by my weight.
That's shaming you all time in a sense. I hope it wasn't like that, but it seems like it would be. Like I gotta lose this, and my knee wouldn't hurt when it wasn't.
It wasn't. It was a mechanical issue. So they fixed that mechanical issue, and obviously the weight didn't help my whole life, right? That didn't help, but at least that's fixed now. And then we're managing it, keeping the weight down, and when I get closer to 60, I have to get the knee replaced.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we're done.
Yeah.
We're done on that.
Man, that's not a fun surgery to go through, though.
No.
Yeah. How long was the healing?
For my menisci?
Yeah.
It actually wasn't bad. I think I was walking, that's like after the second day, right?
No way.
Oh yeah, I walked.
Get out.
No
Because
way.
I like to walk the dog. I like to walk the dog.
Oh my gosh, Deborah. You had to walk the
They love their animals.
I had my
by the
mom's
way.
cane and we were like, let's go, Sam. And she's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay.
I'm good. I'm good.
So funny.
She's like, you look like you're in pain. I go, oh yeah, I'm hurting. I was like,
Oh my
"This is-
goodness.
You're right.
Oh yeah.
Her love for her animals is more.
Do you want a pain pill when we get home?
No, I'm good.
I'm good. I'll
You
suffer.
said no to painkillers?
Well, ladies, I mean, it's a safe zone, but
Yeah.
when you get on a pain pill after about the second day, it's really not that good for your bodily function.
Yeah.
So you got to stop. You
Yeah,
gotta
I
stop.
can't take them because I get sick.
You get sick.
Yeah, so I don't even bother.
Yeah.
I literally took all of my pain pills and then called my kids. Like, do
you have any
guys
more?
have any more?
Do you have any more?
I don't think I got enough because they only gave me 1 week's worth.
Oh my goodness.
Was that
Yeah.
for
They don't
your
give very much.
augmentation?
Huh?
They don't give very much. You only give like 20.
Well, I was still in pain.
Yeah.
Was that augmentation you're talking about?
Yep.
They only gave you that
I
many.
think 5 days.
What augmentation?
I'm not boobs done.
Got her boobies
Can we
done.
segue into that or not?
We totally
We
can.
talk
right?
about boobs.
You want to
Can we
talk
talk
about
about
boobs? Yeah.
you know?
Well, so I think I'm at about 125 pounds that I've
you
lost.
lost.
Yes.
Right. So you had a little
With that,
Yeah, you had a little
there comes a lot of skin.
sag. Right.
California raisins.
So much skin. I literally love showing people my skin. I'm like, Andy, you want to see what's going on here? Have I showed you my skin?
She showed me a lot of skin.
I have so much skin. Well, like my boobs, they were like
golf balls at the end
No,
of
they
tube
were
socks.
like-
That's
they
what
were
I
like-
always
They
say.
were like 85. They were down here.
And
Like this.
Okay, wait, yes, but I was also kind of like my relationship was fairly new, right? So with all of that, I'm just like, God, I can almost handle everything, but not
my
this.
boobs. Right.
There's nothing. And when I went in, they're like, oh, you want like implants? And I'm like, no, I need you to go whoop and then fix them. But there wasn't enough fat and there wasn't enough tissue in there.
You want some from my ass?
No. I was like, can you grab some from somewhere? But so they did like a low profile implant, like 100 and what did I get? Like 140 cc's or so?
No, you had more than that. It was like
1.7.
2 something. Mine were.
I don't remember. It was really
Mine were only
Yours too?
slightly.
maybe
I actually had one too. Yeah.
You don't need any.
I don't need any.
No,
but
she's
I
got
get
girl.
This
But
girl
you know
over
what's funny
here.
is we talk about all the time that when I was young, I had no boobs. I was
neither, girl.
I was size A.
Me too. When
And
I
then-
started.
Yeah. And then after my third baby, I was still pretty small to the point that I told Bob, like, I think I should get a boob job. And he was like, of course, all for it. And then he was like, well,
Disneyland.
why don't you just wait and make sure that you really want to do it? Because, I'm Mo, so I'm impulsive. So he's like, just make sure you really want to do it. So then I decided against it. And then out of nowhere, I got huge boobs. And like my mom,
Great
because my mom
knockers.
has, and they're great. It's the one thing that I'm like, yes, I still have my tits.
And you know what? When she fills out a little bit, her boobs are always so great. Yeah. And then when she like gets all skinny, you lose your boobs too.
Yeah,
though.
they're already losing them.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, now they're going to be full of skin. So.
I know. Now I'm gonna be like, Jill, like, I'm
Welcome to
gonna
the
need a
skin
boob job.
club.
I'm gonna be a 50-year-old with a boob job.
And then, Monica, I don't know if you know, but your breasts have personality too. It depends on
They
what
do?
dress. Oh, they do. It depends on what dress you have on.
Really?
They talk.
They do not.
They do.
I love that they're like,
when they're
out, let me be free.
Oh, is that how it works?
that's so funny. I love that. I'm gonna wear more V-neck dresses around you.
Maybe a scoop
confidence-based.
neck.
Maybe a
Scoop necks are so cute too. The reason I wear it though is not really to show my boobs. It's because I look more blocky. Like when I have a regular crew neck, I look like a brick with tits. So
It's
I don't
a lot
like
of material on the décolleté, right?
that. So I like to have V-necks because I feel like it makes me look thinner and it's better. But I think that everyone thinks that I wear it so I can show my tits off, but that's not really why I wear
It's
them.
just a bonus
If
feature.
I had those
right?
tits,
It's a plus.
I would show them off.
Yesterday I had a red shirt because I was wearing it for the voting day, for election day. And it was a little too small and I had to open a button. So like my tits were like out. And I told Bob, I'm like,
tits were
she's like, I voted. I'm like, yeah. The fucking sticker, like, where do I stick it, right? So I asked Bob, I'm like, do you think like this shirt's a little too much? He's like,
No way, it
He
looks
was laying in bed and he's like, looks pretty good. I think it's all right. I'm like, okay, things have changed. Cool, bye.
He's like, come sit over here.
I'm like, great.
Where are you going?
Yeah, so
That's funny.
I love when we talk about boobs. This is fun.
Boobs are the best.
They are. I don't care who you are.
I love my new boobs. Now that they feel like they're mine, because they finally feel like they've settled in and it's my body again. I
Your
love them.
surgeon was amazing, though.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't
God.
wait for my tummy tuck.
See, this is another reason why when you said let's do a podcast, think of a subject, health. I'm like, whatever, because I knew
It just leads us
we're
right
going to
into
talk
it.
about when girls get together and we're talking about like
whatever.
everything.
Everything.
That's the whole thing, right?
Except for at this age, we could talk about like right before you guys got here, and I let Andy in, and she's coming in, and I've got half my sweater off of me, and I'm like standing there going like, I'm having a hot flash. I'm having a hot flash. Like my skin is boiling
Welcome
right
to
now.
50.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
right.
skipped that.
You did?
I did.
You are so lucky.
I know, but
How did you rate?
I had to have a tumor.
Oh, well, that's...
And apparently one of my ovaries didn't work my whole entire life. So when they took it out, my body was used to having low estrogen. So later,
you didn't have to go through.
That's so nice.
I mean, I get hot for a minute. Like,
You're just hot, Deb.
right? For
Come
like 10
on.
seconds, but not like you girls.
Whatever. So we were talking about your last name, and your last name is French.
Don't le mot.
Oh my God.
Say it again.
Say it like that again.
Slow.
Don't le mot.
You have to push the button.
So you were saying how your last name throws people off.
Now you're making me hot. Yes, it throws people off because it's French Canadian, which is obviously white.
Right.
And then I'm Korean, right?
Right.
I'm half Korean, so my father's family was from Canada. It's a cute story. I tell people this. I said, my mom's Korean, so when my father retired from the military, he picked up my mom on the way home in
Needed a
Korea,
wife.
which he did. And
Oh my gosh.
voila! So they had my brother in Korea. He was adopted. It's a cute story. I mean, he's never going to listen to this. So
Your brother was adopted,
oh, we should talk about that. So my brother's adopted.
but he looks like your dad.
He does look like my father, doesn't he? Yes.
Okay, wait. Pause.
Okay.
I was looking at your Facebook in preparation because I couldn't remember how to spell your last name. So I was giving it to her and I saw your brother on there. So I clicked on his profile and I thought, oh my God, he looks just like her dad.
He looks like my dad.
And then he had posted a military picture of your dad. And I'm like, oh, dude, that's crazy. Like he looks more like the dad than Debra does, like for sure. And it's not his biological son.
It is not.
What the heck? Okay, go.
So
But I think it's like Adam looks like Dennis looks like Adam. I think when
dog?
you're around
Long enough, you start looking like, are you talking about his freaking dog, Gina?
You pick up their facial expressions and their manners.
No, I think Adam's looking like the dog, not the dog.
Adam looks like
just like Adam.
the dog is a French bulldog, so I'm not sure if that's a compliment to a human.
Adam looks like a Viking, so I don't think so. Anyways, back to you, Deb. Go.
Okay. That was a story he told my brother when he was kind of figured out that he was adopted. So anyways, my father was a little older than my mom, 19 years older. There's a story there too. So they were in Korea. Wasn't a good time, right? A lot of GIs and, a lot of sex and a lot of half and half babies. So my parents wanted to have a child and my mother couldn't conceive for some reason. She couldn't conceive. And my mom was a waitress at one of the military bars, and she had a friend there who got pregnant and didn't want the baby. So again, it's a different time. So she called my mom. She had my brother in the hospital. And my parents went down that night, paid the doctor off, changed the birth certificate, and took my brother home.
Voila.
Wow, the good old days.
Voila.
Wow. Back
Holy crap. People that
Shit
wanted a
was
baby got
real.
the baby.
Wow, they didn't do blood scans and tests.
That is
and
awesome.
DNA.
That's
rad.
That's how things
Came
should be done.
came back here to the States, and my mom got pregnant. So then I came along, and then
Like a miracle.
Like a miracle. And
You're
went to
a
California.
pure miracle.
Oh yeah, my mom said you're very special to us because
Because she tried to get pregnant and couldn't get pregnant.
couldn't get pregnant. Yeah.
My mom was the same way. My mom was married 2 times, was pretty promiscuous and could not get pregnant, was told that she could not have babies, had sex with my dad one time and got pregnant with me.
Wow.
Oh yeah, my dad loved my mom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very loyal. Very
Well, that's
loyal.
where you get that. It's where you get your loyalty.
Very loyal.
I'm half Asian too. I know that's weird, but I too. So I always
Are you a
look
little
at, I look at others. I'm all, oh, so you're half white, half Asian. Do we look anything alike? I'm Filipino, but I just,
Filipino.
and so I barely see it. What do you get confused? What nationalities do people confuse you with?
People actually think I'm Hispanic.
I was going to say, I
They
would
do
think that you're
because of
half
the eyes.
Mexican.
Because of the eyes, yeah, they're a little
Yeah.
almond shaped, but I'm Korean. I'm half Korean.
Interesting. I get like the Italian, Greek,
Yeah, I can see Greek in you.
sometimes Persian type thing.
Yeah, I can see
I can
that.
see that. Yeah, I can see that.
Interesting. I'm a mutt. That's really what it boils down
That's
to.
what we all are. That's what I
Right?
kind of like
That's what we
about
all
how
are.
things are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So how did your brother figure out that he was adopted?
So I guess growing up when he was around 16, 17, he started looking at pictures. He's like, I don't look like mom. I go, no, you don't look like mom. I look like mom. You look like dad.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I don't look like that. I go, no, Marcel, you look like dad. I go, you're ours.
Yeah.
By then my mother had told me, so I knew.
Right.
And we were going to tell him. There's no reason to tell him. There wasn't, that's another, do you tell, do you not tell, he
Right.
was already 18, 19. So he wasn't going to come up.
Right.
So what happened is he graduated from high school, went into the military, had blood tests, whatever blood test. And they found out,
Times changed.
that, he could not be my parents' biological.
So he checked for that, though.
Yeah.
He specifically
He
checked for that.
decided to. Yeah.
He knew.
He knew.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did he handle that? Do you mind me asking? I didn't know. Okay.
I think he always knew. I think he always knew, but I mean, growing up, I actually think that he was their favorite. I mean, he was I was calling him a mama's boy, and him and my father were pretty close. I think he was closer to my parents than probably I was. Probably.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because your mom ended up living with you when she got sick, right?
Yeah, we ended up. So she had her own house, and then when she got sick, we moved in with her to take care of her until she passed away in 2014.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And it's so much work. It's such hard work to take care of someone.
Oh, 100%.
I did it for a
Caregivers.
short time, and I know that you and Sam did it for quite a while.
We did, and we never wanted to have. We never wanted children. I never felt that need. I never felt that maternal instinct. I didn't feel it. So
Did Sam feel it?
No, we didn't want it. That 11 years that we took care of my mom, because my mom had, she was blind, had dementia, and she actually had MS. So I tell people it was like, think about you having a baby, growing up and leaving the house. So my mother was grown up and she turned into a baby. So we took care of her for 11 years, and it was difficult.
Goodness.
It was difficult.
That's really hard.
My mother and I, we bumped heads, quite a bit, but great experience, because I learned what it was like to actually have somebody that depended on you 100% every day, all the time. So that changed how I view people, how I felt towards people. It did change. It did change me.
As a mama, I'm sure I could speak for them too. Like, what a gift you are to her. I just can't imagine having, we never know when that's going to strike or when it's going to hit. And there really are no clues kind of that it's going to come on. And usually when it does, it's a bit late. And, but like I said, as a mom, to know that your baby would take care of you like that up until the end. That's
up until the end.
What a gift.
And she didn't even really like me. She liked Sam better. She liked Sam more.
She did. She's like, we all love Sam.
I know. You prefer.
I prefer Sam.
That's
sometimes,
fine.
a little side of Sam.
That's fine. That's okay. Bob prefers me.
He does. Does he? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He loves Deb.
Bob and I are like
gosh.
Bob's awesome.
Show me what that's like again.
I don't know. You'll have to show me how to do it. I'm not sure. It's been a long time. It's been a real long time.
Oh my God. Anyway, so for sure Bob likes Debra more.
Favorite player.
Tell the story about when you went to hug Bob and how you panicked.
Oh my goodness. So when I first met Monica, how long was it? 15?
I think it was closer to 20.
It was closer to 20. Mm-hmm. And so I met Monica, I'm like, I'm going to like her. There's some people that you meet that you're at work and you're like,
She's
I'm going to like her.
Yeah. What's not like, right?
We're going to be friends. Like I can figure it out. We're going to be friends. So one day I was at the location and someone's like, oh, that's Monica's husband. I'm like, where? So I'm looking around. I don't see anybody. Like, where? It's him. I'm like, who? So the gentleman with the hat.
You're all behind the old guy?
I didn't know.
We say the old guy, he was our age now.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
My dad was 19 years older than my mom, so
it works.
I don't care. It's fine. I'm like, well, okay. And I talked to Monica. I'm like, oh, I saw Bob, but I couldn't get to him. But I'm definitely going to go say hello to him the next time I see him. And she's like, okay, he's a little shy. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm not shy.
No.
Wait, what?
I'm not shy. I'm not quiet. And I was very excited to see him. Whether he was excited to see me or not, it really didn't matter because I bolted across the parking lot.
It took no joy away from her at all.
I grabbed him. I gave him a hug. I'm, Bob, I'm... Oh, hold on, let me do this. Bob, I'm Debra. He is so stiff. He doesn't know.
How big are his eyes?
Oh, is he just like, he's a big man. He's a big man.
He really is.
He had his little bag of money or whatever he had. He's not touching
white
me.
Sandwich bag.
Yeah, he's not touching me. He's like, hi. He's only being robbed. Well, tell Monica I said hi. He said, okay.
It was the best thing in the world.
What did he say to you when he told you?
So first of all, Deb called me first. And she's like, I saw your
man. I saw your man.
I'm like, oh yeah, how is it? He's great. I give him a big hug. And I'm like, oh shit.
like I was on him.
So right when I got home, I came home. I probably came from one of the stores. It was later in the evening. And I came home like, hey, how's your day? He's like, good. I'm like, I heard you had a visitor at pizza today. And he's like, yeah, he's like, yeah, I was a little thrown off. This lady in a shirt came running up to me and she gave me a big, she seems real nice. She gave me a big
I'm real nice.
And I think her name is Debra. Do you know her? I'm like, yeah, that's our lady. I mean, wait, dub that out. That's our beverage lady. And he was like, oh, okay.
That's our distributor.
He's like, oh, okay, great. She's real friendly.
Oh, yeah, real friendly.
But yeah, Bob he's just naturally not like that. He's just not huggy, and he's very shy.
I forced him out of his shell as
But now
well.
they hug each other.
Oh,
Now
he's
they
much
hug each
better.
other.
Oh,
It's
he's
all
much
lovey-dovey.
better.
He can't wait to see when Deborah's coming over. It's like, oh, hey, okay, where's Deb?
Oh yeah, he's
How many
great.
can I
He like pushes me to the side. He can care
he's
less
great.
about me.
Well, you care less when I bring Sam. It's
true.
I mean,
It's a
true.
fair
It is-
trade-off.
It's a fair trade-off.
It's
It is
because
what
we
it
have
is.
similar personalities.
We do.
And Sam and Bob have very similar personalities, and that's why we're attracted to them and vice
Absolutely.
versa.
I think
It
we
works
get along
well.
really. It does.
I hate to admit it, but it's sort of like Adam, sort of. He's like a younger brother that has my personality or something. But it's the same way. I feel like when we were good friends in the beginning, like we vibed together like that. We just, and then Greg, and I feel like you, in a sense, like get along. You're both
We're
very
the same.
Yeah.
Boring.
No, it's so much fun. You guys
very
are not
methodical and
Nothing
thoughtful
boring
that
about
way or whatever. And Adam and I mean, I'll rag all over us. We're just like bouncing off the walls with energy and
He's obnoxious.
floating away like
He's
with
obnoxious,
dreamland.
for sure.
I think you just meet people and you just know right off the bat if you guys are connected, and you get connected.
That's
it.
exactly how it is.
Yeah, and that's all it is.
So is there anything that you didn't get to say that you want to say before we tie up this episode?
No.
That is
I mean,
so quick.
there's so many things that we could talk about, but
Next episode.
there's so many changes.
I have one question. We
ask.
talked a lot about like the good things. What are some struggles you came up against that helped you really kind of get past? You told us one of them where you demonized the doctor and made her demonized. No, it's so great. But there must have been other like things that you came across that were difficult that you had to kind of process and digest that weren't as easy as when you were younger, maybe. And
Sure.
yeah.
I think it goes back to Gina. You know, when you have a weight issue that you're dealing with your whole life, you have to set some tools in place to work through it. So what works for me is structure. That's what works for me, and I know that.
And you hate it if you're anything like me. It's like I hate structure, but I love it because it's great for me.
Exactly. I love it. So I know, I know when sometimes I feel lost, or I know a lot of people, maybe they talk to people, or maybe they do yoga. I mean, I don't know what they do. I know for me, I go for a walk and I keep myself structured. I know I have to get up, I go to work, I go for my walk, and I do it repeatedly because I can hold on to that because that's my base.
Yeah.
And then I can get through whatever I need to get through.
Ah, that's such a
It's
good
such a
key.
great way to put it too.
It is.
Or if you piss me off, I just ignore you.
That works. It works
And then,
too.
because I'm
Right?
Capricorn, and then you're done.
Me too. Well,
dead.
I'm a
Catch you
cusp.
Done.
Over.
Get your ass out.
Done. Yeah.
Snip, snip.
Did I know you? I don't think so.
And you're dead to me.
Yeah, exactly. You're totally dead to me. Yeah.
You're dead to me.
Yeah, you're dead.
It's like a light switch. Right.
All right. Big thanks to Debra for bringing us such a powerful insight on staying healthy, even when it feels like it's a whirlwind. Tribe, let's take that energy and refocus on our wellness goals and make sure it's extremely exciting when we're doing it. Here's to choosing health, living fully, and keeping those roots extra rooted. This is Mighty Mo. Feel blessed, be blessed.